Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be using some Sweet Pickens milk paint in the color window pane. I was playing around with the milk paint. I had a little bit left over and I thought, I wonder if I could paint with the milk paint on paper for my junk journal. So what I did first is I took some plain index cards. They can have writing on the back or no writing, doesn't really matter. And then I decided I'm going to give them a base coat of the paint colors that were found in Sonnet's Maker's Box. So this one is the Walk on Water from DIY. It does have a built-in top coat. This one is Letterpress from DIY. This one does not have a built-in top coat. And this one is Elmwood from Fusion Paint, which Fusion Paint does have the built-in top coat. And this one is Chestnut Mare, which also is a Fusion Paint that has the built-in top coat. So what I did was I put a single layer of paint on the index cards and let them dry. And then I'm going to show you what I did. I have some milk paint mixed up here, some of the Sweet Pickens milk paint in window pane. And so it's 1 part water and 1 part milk paint. So this is such a small project. So if you have just a little bit of milk paint left over from your project and you don't want to waste it, because you only mix up enough milk paint that you need for your project. And sometimes you have a little bit left over, and that's what started this whole project. So, or you can mix up a very small amount. And for these 4 cards that I'm doing today, it will take, I used a half a teaspoon of the powder for the milk paint, and then I mixed it with a half a teaspoon of water. You mix that together really good in just like a small container. I just use this little container right here. And then you let it set for about 10 or 15 minutes. So it has been setting. So we're going to paint some on here so you can see what it looks like. You never know if you're going to get any chipping or cracking or what the milk paint is going to do. So that's kind of fun to see. And I thought if it would chip or crack, that would be so fun in the journals for like the backdrop of our journal cards. So, and I found if it has like the little puddles, like you'll see, you know, like it's not even, that's even better, because where it puddles up, it seems to like crackle a little bit more, chip and crackle a little bit more. So I'm going to set this one over here to the side, and then we will work on our Elmwood, the Fusion Paint Elmwood, and I'm just going to paint that on there just to show you. You know, if you have a little bit leftover milk paint from your project and you really don't want to throw it away, and if it's just a small amount and it's, you know, too big to paint like a project piece with, and if you do junk journaling or want to try junk journaling, this is a good way to use up that paint. So I'm going to leave the little spots like that. It doesn't have to be even. Let's do these other 2 really quick, and I'll show you that. See, with a half a teaspoon, you have plenty of paint. You can also do another coat on top after this dries, if you would like. I have some completed that I'm going to show you here in just a minute. And I did use the hair dryer on these ones that I'm going to show you. And I put a second coat on. So the second coat does look a little bit smoother. Let me get that little area right over here. You know, this doesn't have to be perfect by any means because, you know, we want the background to look distressed or, you know, whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect in our journals because we're going to put things over the top of them anyway and decorate them. It just makes for a neat background, something different, and a way to use up, you know, a little bit of milk paint that you might have left. I'm going to put this down here and just get this coated for you. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. We just want it to maybe chip and crackle a little bit. And I think if you use the hairdryer on it and put another coat on, that you'll see just a little bit more crackling and chipping. So I'll show you what I mean here. We're going to decorate these up, but I want to show them to you first. So this is the one that is the letterpress gray. The letterpress gray paint from DIY. So it has 2 coats of the Sweet Pickins milk paint window pane on there. I let it dry in between coats using the hairdryer. And then it did have some chipping on there, like it would do on your furniture or your projects. So I just kind of took my finger and scraped off the chipping. And then I took my finger sander and I just sanded across. And that's what gave, you know, the effect here of where the paint had chipped, and then I sanded it. And when I sanded it, it made it really smooth, which was really cool. So this is letterpress gray by DIY with the Sweet Pickins milk paint and window paint over the top. This one is the Walk on Water. So you can see it has a total different effect than what the first one did. This is Walk on Water by DIY Paint, again with the milk paint over the top. This one I thought was pretty cool. This one is the Chestnut Mare with the 2 coats of milk paint over the top. So a little bit of chipping and cracking here. And then all of these I have used the sander on top, the little finger sander. And so this one is Elmwood by Fusion with the 2 coats of the Sweet Pickins milk paint over the top of that. So I thought this was really fun. This is one that I've done. It could be a journal card or a little, make it into a pocket. This is a Rolex card that I used. And this is with Elmwood underneath and the Sweet Pickins milk paint over the top. I used one of the Tim Holtz paper dolls on here, a little bit of music paper, a little bit of leftover scrap rice paper that I had. And this is a transfer from IOD. So that's pretty cool. And then I just put a little flower with a brad on there. So let's decorate a few of these. Let's start with this one. Sorry, let me get my, with your transfers, you get a transfer tool. Sorry about that. These transfers are not the IOD transfers. I think they are redesigned by Prima transfers, but still we're going to try them out and see. So I'm just going to take the backing off. I'm going to place it, center it where I want it on my card. That looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to take my transferring tool that it came with and go and transfer. Just kind of rub all over the transfer. We'll see how this does. It did really well. The IOD one did really well on the milk paint without it being sealed. So let's see what happens when we do this one. So I'm going to pick it up on the corner a little bit, the little plastic piece, and see how it's doing. And lift it up just a little bit. And when I start lifting it up, it is releasing from the backing sheet, which is a good thing. Let's see if we can get it all on there. Sorry, I'm focusing on trying to get this on here so you can see it. It's doing pretty good actually without being sealed. If anyone has any ideas what maybe would be a good thing for paper crafting to seal the milk paint within, let me know. I mean, I guess you could use like a Mod Podge or I don't know, maybe a collage medium. I'm not for sure. I did not have much trouble on the first one without it being sealed. This one is not too bad. It's a little bit giving me a little bit of trouble right there, but I'm just going to put it right back down again and rub over that and see if I can get it to stick. And we got one more little piece right there. And so that's not bad. I'm gonna turn the paper over. The transfer was on this side right here, so I'm turning the paper over to the other side, and I'm going to burnish the transfer down. And it's pretty cute actually. Yeah. So then we can put some lace along the side here. That might be kind of cute. Or let's see this piece. Might like it this way actually. Yeah, let's just glue a little bit of lace down the side. I'm going to be using art glitter glue to do that. It has that very fine tip, which is really nice for gluing small items. So I'm just putting the glue onto the edge of the lace, and we'll just glue that right on there. Here we go. Yeah, you can always add more things to it. I'm just trying to give you a few examples of the milk paint and how you can decorate them. The milk paint journal cards, sorry. I'll set this one up here.